Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this sum next to 9 Sudoku by my good friend Akash Doulani from India. And this is a very unusual rule set. I think it was invented for the Sudoku Championship of this year, which is 2024, for a few days still. And so the rule set is that any clue in the margin is the sum of all digits that are bordering 9 in the corresponding row or column, which means that, for example, this 12 is the sum of those two digits, which will be a nice place to start. I didn't spot it when I solved the puzzle, when I first solved the puzzle. And 1 will be the only digit neighboring the 9 inside this column. So that's this puzzle was published by Akash Doulani on his blog, and I will put a link in the description. So let's start here. Those two digits must sum to 12 without using the 9 or the 4, so they must be 5 and 7. Now this 3 goes there. And I would put 1, 5, and 6 into those cells. Perhaps I should use some coloring to just say that this clue has been used. Where do we look next? Well, there is a 3 here, but that doesn't seem to be very useful at this point. Actually, 8 and 2 are in here. That's not very useful either. 5 and 7 are in here. So let's just focus on the clues. And as I was saying, this one here is interesting because we know that we either have 9 here and 1 there, in which case we would have 8 here, or 9 here and 1 there, with 4 here. And at this point, both seem to work. The interesting part is that this 2 will also be the sole neighbor of 9 on this row, and 9 can't be here, so 9 will be here with a 2 there. And those two digits must sum to 12 without using the 9. They can't be 4 and 7, so they must be 8 and 4. Oh, so now, what was I saying? 9 can't be here next to the 3, which means that 9 on this row will be surrounded by 1 and 2. And the interesting part is that putting 9 and 1 here would put the 9 here with the 2, and those 9s would clash. So 9 and 1 are not here, they are there. 9, 1, and 8 here. So those clues are not fulfilled. And we need 9 on this row. Not sure where it could be. That's probably not what has to be found at this point. 1 is not here on this row, 1 is here, and 3 is there. And those are 2 and 6. Those are 5 and 7. What did I do? That has to be a 2, not a 1. So that's a 2. This is a 2, 3 there. That's a 1 and a 6. This is 5 and 7. I think that's okay now. The 8 can only be here on this row. That's 4. Here, this can only be a 6, and those are 1 and 9. But because of this is 1 and 9, so that the neighbors sum to 9 here. The neighbors in this column must sum to 9, so that this here has to be a 2. 7 is somewhere here. This plus that is a 9. So it won't be 1 and 8. This has to be 3 or 4. So where is the next place to look? 8 and 1 in this column must be here. So that this is 3, 4, 6. And those are 7 and 2. So 9 will be somewhere here, surrounded by 2 digits summing to 9, which can still be a lot of things. It can't be 3 and 6, because, oh, unless this is 3, 9 here and 6, but 9 can't be here because of that. I don't think that's the right place to look. I need a 9 somewhere here, and the sum of the 2 digits will have to be 6, except that 2 digits won't work. It won't be 1 plus 5. It won't be 4 plus 2. So that 9 is right here at the bottom, and this is 6. And to achieve this 4, this will have to be 1, and this have to be 3, which disambiguates all of that. This is 7. This is 4 and 5. So that this is now correct. This is correct. And let's move to this 3 too. So 9 will be somewhere surrounded by 1 and 2. So 9 will be here. If I try 9 here, surrounded by 1 and 2, then there's no way that these 2 digits sum to 5, because 2 digits summing to 5 will be 1 plus 4 or 2 plus 3. So I don't remember this argument when I solved it the first time. I'm finding new stuff. So 1 and 2 here, and 9 on this row will be somewhere here. This is from 5 and 7. This is from 4, 5, 7. This 9 here is surrounded by 2 digits summing to 12. They won't be 2 plus 8. They won't be 4 plus 6. They won't be 9 plus 1. So they have to be 3 plus 7. So 3 I said, 7 here. And 7 on this row goes there. Now this 5 is achieved with a 9 here, surrounded by 1 and 4. And the only place for 9 is here, surrounded by 1 and 4. So that this is 3 and this is 6 to achieve this 9 too. This is now 2, and that's a 1. It resolves that. Nine here won't work with this 5 too, but 9 here will work with 5 surrounded by 1 and 5. Oops. Now this 5 can only be achieved by 1 plus 4. 2 plus 3 won't work. So that's the 9, that's the 4. This 11 clue will be fulfilled as soon as I put an 8 in here. This 15 clue means 7 plus 8. So 7 here, 8 there. This 9 clue now needs 2 digits here summing to 9. They won't be 2 plus 7, 3 plus 6. So they won't be 4 plus 5, so they must be 1 plus 8. And the rest is now Sudoku. So 4, 6, 3 and 4 and 1. 2 goes there. This has to be a 7. That has to be a 6. Here I need 2 and 6. This is 1. This is 5. This column still needs 8 and 6. I think that's correct. There has to be a 1 on this row. 4 can only be here. This is 5. This is now 5 as well. Here 2, 4, 6. So 4 here, 6 and 2, and that's a 7, that's a 3, 3 I said, and that's a 5. Beautiful. So that's a really neat puzzle by Akash Doulani, much less difficult than the puzzle in the World Sudoku Championship. Very enjoyable nonetheless, and a very, I say, a very smooth introduction to the variant. Thanks for watching this video. See you soon on SudoKanard.